A very good morning to all our viewers. We are into the second leg of the SLR Sevens Series for 2026. Joining you live from the Racecourse International Stadium on none other than Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, ThePapare. Had an entertaining first leg, didn't we? Concluded last week, UUDS Tuskers emerging as the champions, the visiting team from Dubai, and what a show they put on. Great for the club rugby circuit in Sri Lanka as well, for our lads to play alongside players of such caliber. And joining me in the comm box is Virun Jayasundar. Very good morning.
A very good morning to you, Nathan. And like you said, absolutely incredible last weekend we had. CR coming to the finals. That was a good game. The first half, CR was in the game, and then UUDS Tuskers showed their class, showed exactly what they're capable of in that finals. So hopefully we'll have another exciting weekend of the Sevens rugby, running rugby, Nathan. And weather looks good so far. Looks ideal conditions for some good Sevens rugby. So hopefully this continues.
Yes, and it's been really hot over the past week or so, isn't it? Just hopefully it's a bit cool and a bit easy on the boys and girls today, because can be quite testing on them. They're coming after a long season of club rugby as well, at least the teams in the men's segment. And a great introduction has been the introduction of a provincial segment. It's comprised of all women's teams, and it's great to grow the game, especially the women's game, because our men's team always among the top candidates in the Asia rugby circuit. But it's great to see that the powers that be doing their utmost to up the women's game as well, Virun.
Oh, couldn't agree more, Nathan. And let's just take a look at these
points.
So UUDS Tuskers in the front with CR and CH in the first three, with Havelocks trailing at fourth. And then for the provinces, it's Western Warriors who are in the front, with the Central Gladiators in second place, and the Northwestern Blacks in third, and going so forth. So like you said, Nathan, it's really good that this provincial segment has been added. It's good for the development of Sri Lankan rugby, and hopefully we get to see these players play for country soon. And I think that is the ultimate goal from this provincial segment. So hopefully we will see them playing soon.
Yes, certainly. Just saw the points table there. UUDS Tuskers, after winning last week, currently on 18 points, closely followed by CRNFC on 16 points. Virun, so CRNFC, if they are able to go all the way this time, still potentially have the chance of a triple championship in the club circuit.
Yes, Nathan. So I think CRNFC, they'll be trying to play all their players. We didn't see some of their key players playing last weekend, so they will be looking for the win this weekend. Just 18 to 16 points, the difference between them. So hopefully CR will be looking to win, but UUDS Tuskers, they'll be interested in keeping this Sevens title for themselves, and they do have the capacity to do so, Nathan. As we see the teams warming up, teams who have their matches in the morning. So hopefully we'll see some good running rugby today, as we'll see you on the other side after a short commercial break with the first game Air Force will be playing. So we'll see you after a short commercial break.
Epic rivalries reignited. The big match season is here. Iconic showdowns from Colombo to Kandy, from Mathura to Jaffna. Battle of the Blues, Maroons, Saints, Brothers, and so much more. Witness history as the future stars clash for glory. Big Match Season 2026. Live on Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel. Schools Rugby is back. The Dialog Schools Rugby Knockouts 2026 ignites the season. Defending dreams or shattering rivals? Who's claiming glory in 2026? Watch the action live on Dialog Television, Dialog Play, and ThePapare.com. Schools Rugby Unleashed.
The biggest spectacle in franchise cricket, Indian Premier League, is back for another thrilling season. Sri Lanka's finest stars and the global icons are ready to set the grandest stage of them all ablaze. Every six that shakes the stadium, every Yorker that silences the crowd, every moment that stops your heart. Don't just watch it, feel it. Live on ThePapare.com.
This happened. Oh, what an effort. Good technique.
හයේ පහරවල් දියුණු කඩුළු දවා ගැනීම මේ කිසිම දෙයක් මගහැරගන්න එපා කොතැන සිටියත් ඕනෑම වෙලාවක සජීවීව IPL අත්දැකීම දැන් ඔබේ අතටම IPL උන්මාදයට Dialog Play සමග එක්වන්න අදම Dialog Play app එක ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් කර රුපියල් 268ක් රීලෝඩ් කරන්න Star Sports නාලිකා ඔස්සේ මුළු IPL තරගාවලියම සජීවීව නරඹන්න
ලොව අංක එකේ ක්‍රිකට් සැනකෙළිය නැවත තියුණු තරගකාරීත්වයේ උණුසුම දැන් ඔබේ නිවසටම IPL උන්මාදයට Dialog Television සමග එක්වන්න රුපියල් 397කට IPL පාස් එක සක්‍රිය කරගෙන මුළු IPL සීසන් එකම Star Sports නාලිකා ඔස්සේ නරඹන්න සක්‍රිය කිරීමට ඔබේ දුරකථනයෙන් on හිස්තැන DTV හිස්තැන ඔබේ ගෙනුම් අංකය හිස්තැන 2026 ලෙස ටයිප් කර 0770 679 679ට SMS කරන්න
Elevate your game with the Papare, Sri Lanka's ultimate sports destination. Together, we unite a nation through the love of sports. Tune in to the Papare, your home for all things sports. Live the action, feel the excitement. Elevate your game with the Papare, Sri Lanka's ultimate sports destination. Experience every heartbeat and every goal like never before. From cricket to football, rugby to athletics, we capture the spirit of every sport that ignites our passion. Relive legendary moments, exclusive interviews and expert commentary. All in one place. Join us for live coverage of thrilling matches and events, bringing you closer to the action. Together, we unite a nation through the love of sports. Tune in to the Papare, your home for all things sports. Live the action, feel the excitement. This is not just cricket. This is passion. This is pride. This is Pakistan's biggest T20 spectacle. Watch every boundary, every wicket, every unforgettable moment of the Pakistan Super League 2026. Live on the Papare 1 and the Papare 1 HD, Dialog Play App and ThePapare.com. Get ready, Sri Lanka! The ultimate battle on the rugby pitch, Interclub Rugby League is back. Catch every thrilling moment, exclusive highlights, and live action only on Sri Lanka's #1 sports network, the Papare on Dialog Television, or watch it live anytime, anywhere on the View Plus app and ThePapare.com. Join the roar Feel the passion. Don't miss the Interclub Rugby League. Oh.
Welcome back to the racecourse. We're just moments away from our first game with the UUDS Tuskers taking on the Navy Sports Club. And a tough ask for Navy straight up. First game of this second leg of the SLR Sevens Series. UUDS Tuskers be raring to go. They know they need all 18 points or at least 16 of them this time around as well to clinch that Sevens title, Virun.
Yes, yes they do. So Navy, big ask for them straight away. First game of the day. But UUDS Tuskers, I think they will be confident in their capabilities for this game. But like you said, they need 16 points at the minimum if they want to clinch this Sevens title. As we take a look at lovely scenes from the racecourse. Both teams just preparing to come out to the center.
Yes, Navy Sports Club, of course, led by Denuan Vikramarachi, led them well throughout the Interclub League as well. And we are hoping to put on a good performance in this 7th series. Navy do have some good talents in their backs department, the likes of Isru Kongawat and Tilna Veerasinghe, veterans of the Sri Lanka rugby scene, and certainly can hold their own in the 7th game as well.
Definitely. Isru Kongawat is a vital player for Navy Sports Club. But the UUDS Tuskers, their foreign talent has been incredible to watch. And the other player they have, Kavindu Costa, he's playing some great rugby. Last weekend, Nathan, it was great to see some of the tries that he scored.
Yes, Kavindu Costa, of course, one of the greatest scrum halves Sri Lanka has ever had, I would say, Virun. And was the last season of rugby he played here as well. He was very crucial in CRNFC, winning that 23-24 club league campaign. And he also has a few more local talents, the likes of Chetia Rajaratna and Rinesh Silva as well in the ranks for the UUDS Tuskers. So good blend of Sri Lankan and foreign talent for the Dubai side. Navy Sports Club. Both teams have taken to the field, and looks like it'll be referee Jivaka Fonseca to take us through the first game of the day. And Navy set to kick us off from right to left of your screens. It's the ball in the hand of Kujana Kulatunga. One thing you feel that will be crucial in this leg, Virun, is how these teams react to the restarts, isn't it? Saw that last week too, and straight away, first kickoff of the second leg of this SLR 7 series doesn't travel the 10 meters. Looks like we've put the commentator's curse on Kulatunga, and a center field scrum for the Tuskers.
Yes, we saw how crucial that kickoff can be. CR in the second half, UUDS Tuskers, they made full advantage of it, chased their own restarts, and 2 tries came off it, and we almost saw 2 more coming off it. But so Tuskers, they know how to restart as they go into contact now. Or they have on the outside, it is the big man.
Vikramarachi desperately trying to bring his man down, but he's done really well to stay on his feet and make the ball available. And now they've created an overlap on that right-hand side channel, but stepping back in field. Lovely offload to De Costa. He's tackled well, but is not held, so he can pick up and go again. Still going De Costa, right underneath the post. Just need to pick it up and dot this one down the Tuskers, and looks like it has been held up. So straight away, Navy pulling up their socks in defense, but UUDS Tuskers showing just how incisive they can be. First time they saw the ball in this game and very nearly had the first try of this 7th series.
Yes, a close call that time for Navy. But good work at the end to hold that ball up. Di Costa was able to get that offload out. Now once again. Oh, they go around now. Easy does it for the Tuskers. What the first try of the day coming through the Tuskers.
He's created an overlap on that right hand side and some quick ball that time from Hiranta Pereira. Stood up both defenders. Navy. Lack of coordination in their defense there. We didn't know who was going to make that tackle, and in the end Wata went through the both of them. Conversion goes astray. It's 5 points to 0 in favor of the Tuskers.
Yes. The other thing is, Nathan, we see how good these foreign players are with their stop-start. They can accelerate off the mark quite fast. And even on that occasion, just stood up the defender for a second and just ran around him. So that is something the Sri Lankan players need to work on to defend.
It's interestingly deep restart this time, and the rush defense is brilliant from the foreign contingent of the Tuskers, and just a bit too over-eager there. Give away the penalty. But not in a good place for Navy Sports Club. They'll have to run it out of their own 22. Interestingly, looks like they're going for touch. Stefan Sansoni sends the gain line back up to halfway, and a much better position for the for Navy to attack from.
Yes, Navy getting out of that danger zone. Now they need to get this line out right. Sansoni with a decent touch finder.
Interestingly, Kulatunga is on line out duty. The halfback spoiled straight away by Rajaratna, but Navy have done well to recover. Unfortunately, though, that ball has been lost forward, and can just see how much they are going to dominate the contest, isn't it? Physically, the UADS Tuskers, no match for Navy on that occasion.
Yes, it's that counter-arcing that time. Just forcing the knock-on from Navy. And like you said, the clear physical dominance is what UUDS has against the other teams here. But in rugby, Nathan, it's not always about the size. It's how you play.
Yes, this time Navy out hooking UUDS. Interestingly, now trying to put on the step is the number 14 for the Sailors, Chanaka Jayalat, creating some space. Vikramarachi, but again, just couldn't stand his way out of that tackle, and now it's picked up by Rajaratna. Has found the offload to Kushan Indunil, but his pass goes to no man's land. And an offside penalty coming the way of the UDS Tuskers, taken quickly by Rajaratna. Now have a 4-on-4 overload on that right-hand side. Some lovely offloads. Here's Hiranta working its way back in field, but unfortunately, Rajaratna just losing the ball forward there. Had the try line beckoning, Virun. I thought they would have done better to just send it out to the right-hand side. Had an overload on that side, but eventually the chance was coughed up.
Yes, that time Rajaratna will be kicking himself in the back for that. But interesting, that switch of direction opened up a 3-on-2 on the other side straight away. So interesting call, but would have been lovely to see if that ball was collected by Rajaratna. But this time, Navy, Sansoni gets the offload in. Oh, back of the hand once again.
Kulatunga now to Nimsika, and work lovely back in field to Kujana Kulatunga, who can straighten up and touch down for Navy Sports Club. Well worked try there from the Sailors. Some lovely offloads coming in that passage of play. If Navy can do more than this, they'll certainly be a side to watch out for. Lovely ball off the floor there though from the number 13. That's Chiranta Kaluarachi. And Kujana Kulatunga, as he always does, running that beautiful supporting line. And the conversion is through, so it's 7 points to 5 with a minute left in the first half.
That was a lovely try to watch. Conversion, easy does it. But that was a good team effort try from Navy. So we see that the Tuskers, they're not unbeatable. They do have some weaknesses that the teams need to exploit. But Navy, they look to go into lemons with the lead. Just a 2-point lead, but definitely something for them.
Yes, and coming back to your point, Virun, possession is something you feel is crucial in Sevens rugby, isn't it? And that's exactly what helped Navy there, their ability to keep possession. They were under a lot of pressure inside their own red zone. And now this isn't good for the Tuskers of their players. One of their foreign talents limping off the field, but hopefully he'll be all right. That's Rubeni Kabu for the Tuskers. Early substitution for them. But hopefully he'll be fit and ready for the next couple of games.
Yes, double blow for the Tuskers along with that try as Navy restarts now. A deep kick this time. And Tuskers, wonder what they'll do. Looking to run it. Good offload coming in. Rajaratna, one man to beat. Does he have the legs on him? Looks like he does. A good try. Once again, Rajaratna, he gets his redemption this time.
Yes, and you have to ask questions about the kickoff, isn't it? And none of the team rushing up either, but that was really well done by the earlier try scorer for UUDS Tuskers, setting up the new try scorer, Rajaratna, with a lovely inside ball.
Yeah, you can't be giving them space at the kickoff. Running space in Sevens rugby is always dangerous, as the conversion just goes wide of the right upright. And looks like that will be the first half. So the Tuskers get the final say. It'll be 10 points to 7. Navy, they do have something to look forward to in the second half, Nathan. Just a few mistakes, like in that kickoff. We were talking about it early on, how crucial that initial kickoff is. So Navy, they need to get that right as we look at the halftime confirmation. UUDS Tuskers 10 points to 7 against Navy Sports Club.
Come, just 7, just 7.
Highlights coming up.
Taking a look at the first half highlights there, just standing up the defender, brilliantly done by Vuata to touch down in the corner, and then a slick move from the Sailors as Kujana Kulatunga pulled one back and managed to straighten, made the conversion an easy one to make it 7 points to 5. But then off the resulting kickoff, last play of that first half, Navy just loosening up a bit and giving away what you could call an unnecessary try from their point of view.
I wonder if Navy thought that with that deep kickoff, it'll take them a little bit more time to come towards their half, Nathan. But that plan not going their way for the Sailors, as the Tuskers, they will kick off from right to left of your screens in the second half of the first game of the SLR Sevens second leg. Navy straight away into contact.
Asita Jayamal there showing and going, trying to overload the blind side and have given away the penalty, the Tuskers. Again, getting a bit too over-eager there at the breakdown, but you can't fault the intent also, Virun. You're trying to put pressure on your opposition, who are camped in their own red zone. And I don't think a think tank would mind giving away a penalty in that kind of position, because if it goes the other way, you know you'll have a penalty in your favor, or you could turn over possession and launch an attack.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Wonder what happened there.
Just one time here.
Looks like the ball has been lost forward.
Crouch.
Is
And-
cardinal error there from the Tuskers. The touch kick didn't find touch, stayed in the field of play. And the player sweeping back for the Tuskers has lost it forward, and now they've given away the penalty in the scrum as well, taken quickly by Sansoni. Here it is now for Jayalat running into a couple of defenders, sucking in the Tuskers defense. Now looking to send it out wide, a long cutout ball from Kulatunga. Finds Kaluarachi, who's held brilliantly in the tackle, but Navy have done really well to keep possession here. Now sending out wide to the left-hand side, penalty advantage coming their way for that tackle on Jamal. Navy, do they need it? No, they don't. Then one Vikramarachi, one man to beat. Beats that last tackler and he'll touch down right underneath the post. No, he won't. What happened there, Virun?
Yes, sir. Nathan, the ball was lost back and no one getting to the ball. Cardinal error by the Tuskers. They didn't want to get possession of that ball and Navy have just gone under the post. Let's take a look at that one once again after this conversion. Conversion is good. But what a try that was. Tuskers, total brain fade moment for them.
Yes, I thought Vikramarachi did really well there to stay on his feet. We don't take a look at this run from the Navy skipper. Stood up Kavindu Di Costa. And just there, ball was lost backwards and no one from the defense coming up for UUDS Tuskers. They thought it was a try for all money. We thought it was a try for all money. But in the end, it is Stefan Sansoni who got the ball down for Navy Sports Club. And now this is bad for the Sailors. We don't Kujana Kulatunga, you feel one of their better players. Struggling early doors.
Absolutely. This is not nice to see. Unfortunate for the Sailors. But that try, it'll be a morale booster for Navy Sports Club. 14 points to 10 now. And I think, Nathan, everyone thought that ball was lost forward or it was a try. So none of the players going for it except for Sansoni, who had the presence of mind to just dot it down, playing for the referee's whistle. As Konga Havatta will restart. 14 points 10 now. With about 4 minutes left in the game. I beg your pardon. Just waiting on Kulatunga to be stretchered off the field.
That's a good restart from Isru Kongavatta. Player jumping up, tried to make it available, just unfortunately lost it forward there. Good pressure applied by the man in the number 1 jumper for UDS Tuskers, Varalivu.
Much better at the restart from Navy. Got to get under your own ball, especially in sevens. Position is key. So good work from them, but unfortunately they lost it forward this time. Now the Tuskers, they're looking to run around. Does have a man on the outside. It's Rene Silva. Silva goes into contact, but not supporting his body weight in the ruck. Navy penalized, and the Tuskers. It's a one-man show there. Finally brought down. Now just sends it out. Easy does it. Kusha Indunil. He dots down for the Tuskers.
Yes, and you have to question the defense there from Navy Sports Club. You thought the Tuskers took ages to send that ball out wide, but absolutely no one marking Kushan Indunil. In the end, it was probably one of the easier tries he'll score. And the Tuskers have gained their lead back 15 points to 14 with the kick to come. And but I feel like that try was all Kavindu Di Costa Virun. But individual brilliance from him as the conversion has hit the post. So it's 15 points to 14.
Just a point game now. But absolutely, Kavindu Di Costa did all the hard yards. Took plenty of the defense to bring him down. But no one on that outside. And easy does it for Kushal in the nil. He just walks over the whitewash. As the Tuskers, now they need to get a bigger lead than this. About 3 minutes left in the game. Both teams fighting for possession. And it looks like the Tuskers will have that scrum.
Still Navira Singh, they are the guilty party. Eventually, two of their own men going into each other. There would have been a clean collection of the restart, and Rene Silva putting enough pressure on Veera Singh to force that knock on. And it will be a scrum in favor of the Tuskers, and a score here you feel kills the game. Navy did well to out-hook initially, but Tuskers went and got it back, and looks like they've given away the penalty, Virun. So one last chance potentially you feel for the Sailors to try and get a score taken quickly by Veera Singh. Swings it out to Kongahavatta. Navy trying to run through the gap, but good rush defense from the UEDS Tuskers.
They've got to be careful at ruck time, Nathan. Like I was saying, holding on, and Tuskers take it quickly. Oh, good offload. Stands back up. Rinesh Silva now. Navy, they'll be kicking themselves for this. And once again, has he been put out into touch? Looks like he has.
Was a try for all Mani Virun, but in the end, sparing the blushers, Denet Hettiarachi for Navy Sports Club. But you have to question why they took that penalty quickly. Could have gone to touch. We saw them go to touch with a few earlier penalties. This was inside their own red zone, but take a look at this defensive effort. It was a free run at the goal line, but what a covering tackle from Hettiarachi. And Navy need to win this line out, and they'll need to go all the way across the field, go all 100 meters.
Looks like that hasn't gone the 5 meters. Once again, Navy, cardinal error. And the Tuskers just 5 meters out. They'll look to just run it in. Yes, they do. That will be the game sealed for the Tuskers. They get the final say of the game. It was close. Navy missing it by a few mistakes. And losing one of their key players also didn't help. The conversion is not through. And the final score, 20 points to 14. The Tuskers win the first game of the day.
Yes, Tuskers continuing that momentum from the first leg, getting that all-important first victory against Navy Sports Club. You feel who only have themselves to blame, isn't it? Just their decision-making and their mistakes have to come into question. But your full-time confirmation, all is well that ends well for the Tuskers, 20 points to 14. Navy certainly showed some promise as we take a look at the highlights of that game. That was the first score from the Tuskers, and then out of nowhere, Navy, some slick offloading, saw them create some space for Kujana Kulotunga.
That was a brilliant try to watch. It was a good team effort, lovely offloads coming. And then straight away off the kickoff, Navy making a mistake. And Rajaratna, he went over. And then this, all the hard work. And this ball was knocked back. And then Sansoni just dotting it down for the Sailors. One of the easier tries for the Tuskers. Navy once again, their defense caught lacking, and this was the final try once again, making a mistake in the line out, and the Navy having to pay for it. So the key stats for the game: 20 points to 14, 4 tries for the Tuskers, 2 the true tries coming from the Sailors. As we have our next game, CR and FC taking on Air Force. As Air Force, Kaluarachi trying to get out of that danger zone. Swinging it both ways. Now opts to go to boot. And there is a man behind for that. CR. They look to run the shows and goes. Caught in that defense.
Yes, needlessly giving away possession there. Air Force. That was Pramod Padmasanka, I believe, and Shane Hopwood gleefully accepting, and looks like that ball has gone forward, hasn't it? But there was a penalty in the process taken quickly by CR and FC. Now looking to run at the defense, spots the gap, Tenukananakara. Now here's Dimut Pereira. Step in, Chemod Mutunayaka. Ran out of space, working it back in field. Here's Tarindu again, puts in the grubber, does Ravindu Anjula. Ball bounces kindly for him. Can he finish it off? Twisting his way towards the try line. But looks like he has been held up. So Air Force scampering back in defense to prevent the first score for CR. But they're doing the basics right, isn't it, Virun? Since they got possession, they've been very careful with it, and they've earned themselves a scrum inside the red zone of Air Force, and potentially a try scoring opportunity.
Yes, Kaluarachi that time, you know how good his defense can be for Air Force, and holding up CRNFC. Would have thought for all money that that was going over the whitewash. It looks like we'll have a change of the match ball. Not the required pressure probably. And now CRNFC just 5 meters out. We'll look to get first on the scoreboard.
Crouch. Fine. Set.
Shan Madhumadava to feed. That looks like a strong CRNFC scrum. Yes, Kushan Tarindu interestingly at first receiver. Now looking to put on the step the winger for CRNFC, but that's well tackled by Air Force, and the jackal is good as well, says referee Atavara. Brilliant stuff from the airmen. Trying to trap in that man and win an advantage, and then a loop-in ball out now to the number 21 who spots the gap but is marked well eventually by Ravindu Anjula. Now picks it up and goes on the short side. Does Shena Luyangoda, does he have the pace on him? Beats the first man, but needed some more support from his teammates, isn't it? Eventually gives the penalty away for holding on. Taken quickly by Tarindu. Now here's Aaron Correa, looks for his options, but is double teamed by Air Force. Tarindu deputizing at halfback. Here it is now for Madhumadava. Does really well to stay on his feet and find that offload to Chemod Mutunayaka, who will run it in for the first try for CRNFC. And this is classic 7 stuff, isn't it, Virun?
Absolutely, Nathan. That is Sevens rugby at its finest. Keeping the ball in play. And one of the easier tries for him. He's been another key player for CR. And the conversion is good. So CR, they get the first say on the scoreboard. 7 points to nil. Just 3.5 minutes gone in the first half. CR, they will restart.
There's heaps of pressure applied on Air Force, isn't it? We haven't been able to get out of their own half. We know they too have a lethal backline in their own regard.
Yes, Nathan, with the likes of Kaluarachi and Iddamalgoda, they can be potent. But CR haven't given them too much of breathing space. As we have yet another change of the match ball. Probably losing pressure. This heat also not helping Nathan as CRNFC, they restart. Kaluarachi. And Air Force, they've lost the ball forward this time. Once again, CRNFC. They'll have the scrum. It's a good effort to go up there.
Fine.
But just wasn't able to hold on to it that time.
Air Force though coming away with the penalty at the scrum down. Now working it out wide. Here's Uyangoda looking to stand up his man, but Mutunayaka did really well. Now working it back infield. Here's Kaluarachi to Padmasanka. Using the width of the field, Adi Amen trying to run it out of their own half. They've spent 5 minutes camped almost in their own 22. Would love to see what they can do with the ball in hand in the correct part of the field. Here's Uyangoda now, puts on the step. Runs straight into Mutunayaka though. CRNFC's line speed has been commendable in this first half, hasn't it? And now a lovely inside ball to Kaluarachi, who breaks past the first tackle and puts in an offload off the floor. But CRNFC absolutely menacing at the breakdown. Continue to pin Air Force back.
Yes, good work by the CR defense. And just as we say, sending him out to touch. This is lovely stuff. Like I said, haven't given Air Force breathing space at all. Air Force unable to spread their wings so far.
Yes, it's been a delayed takeoff for them, Virun. But CR and FC have done well to keep them grounded so far. I love their defense. Doing the basics right, isn't it? And more often than not, when you do the basics right, especially in Sevens rugby, it gets you results.
Definitely. And this time, CR, good work at the line out. It's interesting place where Kushan is playing, as it looks like. Tenugu Nanakar has come on for CR and FC. Now CR looking to run around. Does he have the legs on him? Looks like he'll go all the way. And under the post he goes. CR and FC just before halftime get yet another try under the post. Dimut Pereira, the try scorer, good work to run around the Air Force line. As Thayendu Kushan slots in the conversion. And that will be half-time. So CR and FC, dominating performance by them in attack and defense, Nathan. As we look at the half-time confirmation, CR and FC 14 points to nil against Air Force.
It's been a really polished performance from CR and FC so far. As we take a look at the first half highlights, Chimod Mutunayaka ran straight through the gap to dot down for the first try. And both tries converted by Tarindu. And then some lovely work from Dimut Pereira, breaking past couple of tackles, using the width of the field to his advantage, and no one sweeping for Air Force. And he dotted down under the post as well to make it 14 points unanswered at the end of the first 7 minutes. Players are back for the second half. Looks like Tenukananakara is on the park for CRNFC. Play of the tournament in the Interclub Rugby League. And this man as well was brilliant throughout, Ravindu Anjula. And showing that he's got the capabilities in the sevens game. But Air Force, they'll do themselves some favors if they can get into CRNFC's 22-meter. Ishara Madhushan on the park for them, as is Arosh Ratnayaka. Here's Madhushan to kickstart the second half. A high-hanging kickoff, and it's fallen kindly for Arosh Ratnayaka. Luckily, that man was there to make the tackle. And making a mistake in that counter-ruck, CRNFC gifting a penalty to Air Force. Now spots the gap, does the number 25, does well to stay on his feet, get the offload out. Quick ball is needed. Arosh Ratnayaka though cuts back inside, has one man to beat. Arosh Ratnayaka is held well eventually. Now Air Force have overload on that right-hand side. Here's Shenal Uyanguda. But brilliant sweep in defense from Gemuru Chetia, but has given away a penalty advantage, and Air Force don't need it. They've touched down for the try, and CRNFC have gotten themselves a yellow card in the process. Looks like the try wasn't awarded, was just the yellow card, but Air Force with a 5-meter penalty. Now looking to use the short side. He is Uyangoda again. This time stands up his defender and touches down under the post. And this is exactly the start that the Airmen would have wanted in this second half.
Indeed, Nathan. Air Force get the first say of the second half. They look to continue this. It's just a try separating them now. The conversion is good as well. And it's 14.7 now. Double blow for CRNFC. They did catch a card in the process as well. And Air Force opt to take it short. Good work.
Unfortunate there. I think he just lost the ball forward. Not quite sure. Will be interesting to see the replay. But the thinking was certainly right from Madhushan.
I think Gatawara hadn't called for play. Air Force just a little too eager to get that second try up as they get another chance for the restart. This time good work by CR. It's lovely. And that pass going forward. And now Air Force on the best of passes.
That's Udish Ratnayaka, former Trinity winger from the 2024 season, I believe. Good to see he's getting his chance in the 7th circuit. Here's the danger man for Air Force. Gayantha Iddamalgoda just needed some support there. No one wanted to run the support in line. And CR have given away the penalty.
Yes, coming around, attacking from the side in that ruck, if I'm not mistaken. Iddamalgoda. Let's take a look at what happened there. It's the danger man. Yes, the tackler has to come around. He can't enter the ruck from the side. Now Air Force with a skip in their step.
Naveen Marasing on the field for CRNFC.
The big man has entered. CRNFC looking for that power. He can be potent. You saw how potent his brother was in that tour, the under 20 if I'm not mistaken.
Set.
And it's always important to have a player like that as well. And it looks like
It looks like Iddamalgoda didn't put that ball through the tunnel, Virun. And the touch judge spotting that, alerting the referee. And it'll be a reset of the scrum.
Fine. Set.
Iddamalgoda with take 2 this time. Gets it in cleanly. And now looking to use the width of the field. Here's Ishara Madushan trying to stand up Dore. But Dore did well to bring the man down, and a brilliant counter ruck as well from CRNFC. Ball is loose. Picked up by Air Force but given back to CR. Here's Marasinghe. Iddamalgoda tries to hold his man up, but Marasinghe gets those legs pumping, does really well to keep possession. Now CR have it. Here's Naneyakkara to Aaron Correa. Lovely offload to Thenuka Naneyakkara. But the airmen sweeping up, trying to cover their man. Here's Tarindu working it back infield for Murshid Zubair. And now running straight to the gap past CRNFC. It's Ravindu Anjula who'll get through for their third try. And with just 2 minutes left on the clock, we don't potentially put this game to bed as well.
Absolutely. Good work once again by CR. Counter attack as Dore. He'll look to convert. And he makes absolutely no mistake. Easiest of conversions for him. As CRNFC, they've brought in the big guns. Thenuka Naneyakkara and Murshid Zubair making an entrance. And the skipper for CRNFC in the league, Karuna Tilaka, he's made an entrance. But lovely try that time, just running into spaces, creating that doubt in the Air Force defense. With the restart.
Did really well there, CRNFC, to try and knock it back, and looks like the man has been bundled into touch and he has lost it forward before. So a polished performance from CRNFC, both in attack and in defense. You can see just behind the AR there, Dushant Liuke, man who will be pleased with what he's seen at the moment.
Absolutely. CR, they were looking for that overall though, Nathan. A triple championship, if you say so. As Coach Luke
Fine.
looks on as Kushan pops it out of the scrum. Now Thenuka Naneyakkara.
Thenuka Naneyakkara does really well to stay on his feet, but just lost that ball forward, Virun. Would have been a brilliant individual try if he was able to pull it off, but just lost it forward at the last moment. And that's unfortunate for CRNFC. Take a look at that from Thenuka Naneyakkara. But a good cover from Iddamalgoda.
Crouch.
Showing how much he still has to offer.
Set.
He's been around the circuit for ages.
Not the biggest of players on the field, Nathan. But we know how important he can be. Like you said, one of the veterans, if you say so. As Marasinghe, he pumps his way all the way through with yet another try for CRNFC. That was some good power by Naveen Marasinghe. The conversion, not good this time, but that will be full time for CRNFC. 26.7.
Yes, brilliant try from Naveen Marasinghe. Galloped his way to the try line almost as CR get underway with a 26-7 victory. A comprehensive one of that over Air Force Sports Club, who are a very decent side in their own regard.
Yes, Naveen Marasinghe taking a few defenders along with him.
Virun, did the conversion go? Say something.
We'll have some provincial games now. Take a look at the highlights from the Air Force versus CRNFC game.
CRNFC dominating the victory. See Ravindra Anjula going over the second half. And to cap off the proceedings of the day, big man Naveen Marasinghe going over. So easy win for CRNFC as moving to the provincial segment games now. To high quality games to open the second leg. And I welcome Bhishma Jayasekara into the combat.
A very good morning, Nilan. Thank you. We have the Western Warriors taking North Central Eagles, the first provincial games.
Early penalty for North Central as they take the quick tap and move forward. Big booming tackle, a bit high from that Western Warriors player. Yeah. And another opportunity for the North Central Eagles.
Good tackle made there from the Western Warriors. Holding on is the call from referee Ravin Alexander. So Western Warriors with the ball, going front. Another penalty, not rolling away.
A few penalties earlier on from both sides, so no one has still not got the maximum out of those penalties, as we see a player down of North Central side. As a referee stops the clock to give attention to that player injured. Speak to for these young ladies playing in the development segment. Performed really well in the first leg, as you see a replay of that tackle. And that player who was injured during that tackle there, she's still down, so hopefully everything is okay for her.
Well, Nilan, it's a great opportunity, would you suppose, for these young girls coming all over from Sri Lanka, playing in an international stadium such as Racecourse, getting the, even when you say the feel of the grass is different here from the other grounds you see in Sri Lanka, so good exposure for them to play. The only thing they will be not lacking is the scorching hot sun, which is affecting us here as well. Nevertheless, it's good to see rising rugby stars, the future of Sri Lanka rugby.
Yeah, definitely they've been practicing well, but it's always that match time which gives them that extra additional experience. So giving them 2 weeks of the same taste that the other main clubs and women's teams take. So this has given them additional value, and hopefully will develop their game going forward.
Well, in the men's segments, the first 2 matches, we saw a couple of players returning from injuries that were not present in the first leg. CRNFC bringing about 4 or 5 of their big guns. So even in the women's section, we still do not know, but probably there have been returning players as well. For the second leg is the all-important second leg here. The point system is quite something unusual we haven't seen. So points from both of the legs will matter. That's how the last winner will be determined. And here goes the number 7 from Western Warriors. The ball given away. Still in possession of theirs with a scrum being awarded.
Yeah, that number 7 ran around the players and just before the touchline she put the ball out. Unfortunately, North Central Eagles knocking the ball and giving position back towards the Western Warriors. Now Western Warriors with an opportunity. As the number 6 tries to run through the number 3 and offloads the ball in the corner for the number 7, who first time could not go over, but this time she makes the run and a high tackle in the process. So referee Alexander awarding the try. So see another replay of that first try.
A good offload there by the number 6, giving it to her opposite number. Number 7 goes down the right touchline, almost risking her playing opportunity. Was the number 12 from North Central, and she touches down the number 7 from Western Warriors. Also, Western Warriors, the leaders of the Province Series, and Central Gladiators in second, Northwestern in third, and Northwestern Stallions fourth, over Knights fifth, Southern Sharks fifth, over Tigers in seventh, and North Central Eagles at last position. So this is Western Warriors versus North Central Eagles, the first and last teams from the rankings of the first leg. Well, if the last team can gain points in the second leg, so the end system will be different. So it's all to play for in these 2 days.
Yeah, definitely the North Central Eagles will try to get some places up in the ranking, and Western Warriors, the firm force that won the first leg, will try to win this and clinch that segment. Just we see a huge difference between the two teams, especially on attack. Western Warriors playing some good rugby, spreading the ball wide. As you see, the number 7 Minoli Jude running over for her second try.
Western body is red.
Western Warriors in the red.
Thank you.
Touching down.
So for going over for the second try, 10 points to nil. With a conversion to come. See another replay of that try. Minola Jude going over. And that's half time. 5 minutes per half in this development segment. Early lead for the defending champs of the first leg.
Well, Western Warriors will be looking to maintain this lead, and here's half-time confirmation. Western Warriors 10 points to nil, leading in the first half of this first provincial game. Minoli Jude going for that corner try line, running down, almost a high tackle there, and here's the final try of the first half. Minoli Jude again, wrist time running down the left hand corner and coming inside, almost under the post.
As the teams prepare for the second half. 10 points to nil. The Northwestern Eagles just need to get some momentum in this game as they face the best side of this tournament so far, the Western Warriors. Referee Ravin Alexander saying let's kick off the second half. kick goes to 10 meters but knocks the ball down by that Western Warriors player. So we'll have an early scrum.
That's Evanjali dropping the ball called from the kickoff, giving possession away for the Central Eagles. Central Eagles will be looking to do something here, but the defense is just too good. Rushing up, giving good defense, dragging them down by the hips. Here goes the number 12, breaks one tackle. Cover defense coming through.
Good passage of play by the North Central Eagles, putting on few phases of play, and intercepts the ball brilliantly by Western Warriors player as she runs through. Does she have the pace to go over? Still she goes strong, and she will dot down the ball under the sticks. Run Ruani. And a red card in the process for a high tackle. That's something we rarely see. Straight red.
Well, the red card taking all the credit, stealing the moment from Run Rooney's try. Well, credit goes to Run Rooney. Wonderful intercepted try there. It's not much of something you'll see in the 7th circuit there, but wonderful try, running about 75 meters off the pitch length and touching down. Conversion unsuccessful. Let's take a replay at that try. Wonderful stuff there. Defense had the gas, but Run Rooney just had too much gas here. Wonderfully intercepted. She saw the ruck, the ball being taken out of the ruck. She knew how to time it, and she had a sprint to the finish line. Stepping here, flirting with the defender here, but touching down at the last moment. And a pull by the hair, a massive tug of the hair. A straight red given by referee Alexander there.
6 against 7. 17 points down. 15 points to nil could be the. And here we go. Minoli goes over for her third try. That's the hat trick for her. The score moves on to 20.
Minoli Jude completing a hat-trick. Wonderful stuff from her. Well, all of her tries have been down the touchline. 2 from the left touchline, and this one also from the left touchline. Fending off one, going, flirting with the touchline there, coming inside. Wonderful stuff from a swing winger. Classic wing 3 tries she's showing us.
Conversion is no good, so they will stay at that 20 points mark.
Well, the numbers disadvantage coming into play there. The red card given is a 6-7 moment here. Eagles playing with 6 players and 1 person advantage for the Western Warriors. Western Warriors going through in the far corner with 1 less player down for the Eagles.
Good counter ruck, but the North Central Eagles keep the ball with themselves. Especially the number 12 of this North Central Eagles have made some inroads throughout this game, but has not got the relevant support from her players. Rescue, there we go, another penalty for holding on. No support arriving quickly as Western Warriors now looks to make inroads in the latter stages of the second half. Another penalty. And a yellow card, so now it's 5 against 7. Things not going according to plan for North Central Eagles. They lost one for a hair pull, now another one for a high shot. So take the quick tap now. It's 5 against 7. Easy task for the Western Warriors as she goes through a couple of defenders and finally brought down, and the offload is good. Unfortunately, she could not collect that offload. So that is it in this first game of the development segment. Western Warriors comprehensively defeating the North Central Eagles.
Well, the final stages of the game. Here is the full time score, 20 points to nil. Well, the final stages of the game. Central Eagles kicking with frustration there. 5 plays to 7. Will the final few minutes. We can see Uwa Knights versus the Stallions, the next game. Both well-performing sides. Here are the key stats. Western Warriors, 4 tries, 22 points to nil. Western Warriors running away with that game against the North Central Eagles.
So we move in to the second game.
Well, this Uwa Knights side also have some running rugby players here, as well as the Northwestern Stallions. First game for both sides of the day. Maybe a new ground for some faces here, Racecourse grounds. Not an easy pitch to run through, I would say. Well, with the artificial grass, the ball was forward and Stallions with possession here.
Kings knocking the ball over, and she continued to play. Knights. Knights knocking the ball, and now opportunity earlier on for the Stallions. Now Stallions will look to send the ball in the corner, but she cuts back in, goes through a couple of defenders and offloads the ball to the number 7. This time she also easily goes over for her try and scores under the post, and that's a penalty try. I think that could be another card.
Who scored?
And that's the number 7, Pavani, going down, but unfortunately a penalty try also given. But still Pavani will put that into her books, because she made, well, about 100% of the effort going there.
The Stallions opening the points tally, scoring 7 points for Northwestern Stallions. Few cards been shown in these first 2 games. Now the restart from the Knights goes straight into the hand of the Stallions player. She barges through 3 players, finally brought down. Now again the Knights making inroads. Tries to counteract, and that's good, says the referee. And now we have the Stallions going again. In the corner is the number 7 who went through for one time, and this time also she has the legs to go over. And that will be the second try. Pavani goes over. The first one was given a penalty try. This time she gets her name on the score sheet.
Well, Wing 3's rugby at its best. Pavani wearing a number 7 jersey, but playing just like a classy Wing 3, running down the left flank, giving full gas there. Defenders just had no chance to catch her, and she goes down for her second try on her books, as the first try was deemed penalty try. As you can see here, passes given out. There was a defense there, but Pavani just stepped on the gas and accelerating too much for the number 12 of the Knights, almost grabbing her by the hair, lucky there. And Pavani goes down for her second try, and the second try for Northwestern Stallions.
As the restart straight way goes into the hands of the number 14 of Uwa Knights. They've been stagnated in this 10 meter, 40 meter and 50 meter mark throughout the game is the Uwa Knights. And Stallions always on the hunt for the counter-ruck, as this time Uwa Knights running around, but no support Still the ball available for the Knights. Slow ball out as we move into the last minute. This time Uva Knights player goes through. Now near the 40-meter mark. Looks to use the shorter side this time, Uva Knights. The number 7 tries to run around, but bundle into touch.
Uva Knights slowing the game down there, catching their breath, but unfortunately bundled into touch. Northwestern Stallions with the ball again. They will be looking to run around. With a few seconds left to play in this first half, they will be urging themselves to give another score and get a healthy lead going into half-time here. Northwestern Stallions 4th in the rankings with 10 points, and Uva Knights just below them, 5th in the rankings with 8. So both of these teams will be looking to go up in the ranks with the point systems changing. They will be looking to gather every point they can by the end of the second day. So it's all to play for here. And running down the left corner from the Uva Knights. Defense coming inside but stepping back from the Stallions. There's number 6 from the Stallions is Buddhini. Wonderful run there, Nilhan, by Buddhini there. What do you think of that try?
A beautiful run in the corner and beautiful cut back in. And she went through that gap brilliantly. And that's 5 more points. The conversion is no good, so it will be 17-0 at half time. Confirmation Northwestern Stallions 17, Uva Knights 0 at half time. So we expected a close tussle, 4th place versus 5th place in the first leg, but the tide has definitely moved towards Northwestern Stallions. This was the penalty try, and she managed to put her name again a few minutes away. And went over and scored under the post just before halftime. Beautiful cut back in and went over under the sticks. So 17-0.
Well, their last try from Buddhini there. It might have seemed like the defenders caught up to her, but she cut back inside with a massive left foot step and went down under the try line. Well, always when you are facing the 4th and 5th teams, so it's going to be a close tussle. Not much of a differentiation from the skill level or the commitments. Uva Knights last week showing much potential there at CRNFC. Today, but Stallions running away with this game in the first half. The game is never over. Can they come back from 17-0 down and show a miracle game here? Or will the Stallions run away and get a huge momentum shift with their first game? Uva Knights, Fernando with the kickoff.
Stallions running around again this time. That's the number 6 for Stallions. Going over for her try. So early try for the Stallions. That's number 5. Vindi goes over and Buddhini converts the try, so 2 more points for the Stallions.
Well, Stallions playing running rugby here, running down the touch lines. We saw Western Warriors also doing the same. Minoli Jude from Western Warriors going for a hat-trick from the corner lines, and here as well Pavani and Vindi both going down the corner lines for their tries.
Now the Knights looking to answer some questions, but bundles into touch. But a penalty advantage for Knights. They will look to add some points. Consolation try would be nicer for them. This game has moved away from them despite 3 minutes remaining.
It's never easy. Coming back down 24-0 in this scorching hot sun with the frustration kicking in. Stallions probably taking a rest inside the game here because they know they have a healthy, unreachable target of 24 points to nil. But the effort from the Tigers, from the Knights, you have to appreciate here. They're not giving up. Putting the rush defense in there, and here's the key player, Pavani. Can she run down? Can she run around the defense again? And yes, she does. For her second try, Pavani goes down the right flank, cuts back in, is going under the post, and she will touch down for her second try there. Wonderful stuff from Pavani there, and the Northwestern Stallions make it 29 points to nil with that conversion up the front to come.
The pattern is similar. You spread it wide, and your speedsters will do the rest. Is what has been paying a lot of dividends for the Stallions. Now the conversion, giving another opportunity, and this time she gets over. So that's the number 7 who scored 2 tries in this game.
The number 7, Pavani, if she might be thinking also, is it my hat trick or is it not? But the first try was deemed a penalty try. If she touched it down maybe 1 second early, it would have been a hat trick. The try you're seeing on your screen. So unfortunately, it's just her second try. But nevertheless, she has done about 75% of the work in this game for the Northwestern Stallions. Running down the corner. Like you said, Nilhan, this game plan, just run down the corner. You have a speedy win 3 in the left and right. Give them the ball and they will do the rest.
Play on is the call from referee as Stallions forward takes the ball out. We have seen all the running rugby. Would like to see some forward play also. The big girls making inroads in this game. Here we go. Takes a quick tap. Looks to go through. She goes through one and another one. Now inside the 22. Just need to send it wide. They have the wingers to run around. Huge tackle. A high tackle could be something more than a penalty.
Well, we've been seeing some cards offered here in the women's matches. Just 2 matches here. And we've seen about 4 or 5 cards here.
Yeah, that's a seatbelt tackle from the Uva Knights. Now the number 1 will try to go through, goes past one. Does she goes over? Yes, she powers through. So something different from running around the corner. She takes a direct route through a couple of defenders.
Well said there, Nilhan. Going through the walls there and barging their way through with the game put to bed here. And time up. And that is the game. 36 points nil. 36 unanswered points from the Stallions, and Stallions will run away with this game. Wonderful demanding performance here. 36 points to nil. Uva Knights not having a grip of their game here. With the sun shining down on a beautiful Saturday morning here in the Racecourse International Stadium. Here was the first try of the first half. Running lateral and then seeing some space. Ultimately going under the try. Here is the star player Pavani going down for her second try and converting her own try. And the final play here of the match, barging her way through the walls, through the defense and going in for the Uva Knights. Western Stallions' final try. 6-0. Northwestern Stallions running away with that game. And on your screens, the second match will be coming up. Uva Tigers versus the Central Gladiators. Central Gladiators versus the Uva Tigers. The third game from this provincial women's segment. Uva Tigers finishing 7th in the first leg. And the Central Gladiators finishing 2nd. So Central Gladiators will be looking to come out on top if they can. Anything is possible in the game of 7s. You have to give your best until the last minute. And Central Gladiators on the charge here from the kickoff.
Big move from Netmi Kodagoda. She goes to and brings play near the 22. Now Central Gladiators trying to some space, running laterally and cuts back in. Looks to go straight. Is the Central Gladiators number 1, that's Bimansa. And to cap off this try, that's Ishanka. Goes over for her first try. And that's the first points for the Central Gladiators. It's 2 against 7, so all the odds on the Gladiators as the kick hits the crossbar but goes over, so 7 points. To see a replay of that try. All the hard work was done by Netmi to bring in, and Ishanka just did sell a dummy and went over and added the extras also by herself.
Well, Central Gladiators, from what I saw last week, is a flary team. They have speedy runners. They have flary players in the middle who can sell a dummy very well, and Ishanka is one of those players, handling the game very well in the middle there, spreading the ball wide. And when she sees a dummy, when she sees a chance, when she sees a gap, she just sells that dummy very well and dives under the post. Loves the celebration as well. And Gladiators with the ball again. Can they score again with 2 back-to-back blows within 1 minute? And here is the playmaker. Ishanka sells a dummy again, and she steps outside and she goes down for her second try. Just when we were talking about her, she shows her colors with her second try under the post coming up.
A brilliant move. She's showcasing that she's a notch higher than all the other players playing in this game. Brilliant work. Selling a dummy, cutting back in, and has the presence of mind to go under the sticks to make the conversion for her easy. Second time in running, and she does brilliantly to at the conversions. So 14 points to nil as we are halfway through the first half. It's been Ishanka versus the other 13 or the other 7 players of the other side. Brilliant soda dummy and brilliant step outside and running around to score under the post. And that's the conversion. It's 14 points for Ishanka. As the Uva Tigers still not sure where they stand as they knocks the ball over. Brilliant spot by Ishanka again, knowing that the 3 players are just near the 22-meter mark, and she puts the grubber just near just past the 10-meter, and they make the mistake and gives the ball back towards the Central Gladiators.
Well, concerning signs for the Uva Tigers, this is just 14 points from one player. Ishanka scoring 14 points. So that's a good wake-up call for the Uva Tigers. If they can hear it, they will know what to do right now. And on the blind side goes the number 3 and pushed into touch there. Good awareness by the defense, just pushing through, not wasting much of their energy, going for the tackles there, just giving a slight push with the fingers, and then she goes into touch. But nevertheless, wonderful vision by Hansani there. Just pushing her through to the touchline. On your way goes Hansani to the touchline.
So line out in favor of Uva Tigers inside their red zone. So it was the line out, but good pressure from the Gladiators. Playing dangerously inside the 10 meter mark, and now fumbles the ball in the process. So ideal opportunity for Gladiators, could end this half in another try to their account. This time.
So can the Tigers show some heartening defense here and stop over the Central Gladiators scored in their third try in this first half? Through the hands they go.
Bimansa goes through the corner and comes back in to score the try. So that fumble from the Tigers hunting them 5 points, and now Ishanka has an opportunity to add a conversion from a difficult angle.
Well, the Gladiators running right here in their Colosseum, which is Racecourse. The Tigers not proving to be up to the standards of the Gladiators. And here is the replay of the try going through the hands. Easy as you like. She had all the space she wanted. And Bimansa touching down for her second try of the game. And that will be reading half time. 19 points to nil. Gladiators leading with one leg over the finish line.
That's the halftime confirmation. Central Gladiators 19, over Tigers nil. 3 ties from the Gladiators, 2 from Ishanka and 1 from Bimansa. All to play for in the second half, 2 against 7. So Gladiators, as we see the highlights of the first half, Ishanka going over earlier on, adding the conversion herself with the help from the crossbar, and this time Ishanka ran around and a beautiful cutback in and adding the points just before half time. She managed to assist Bimansa going over for her first try. So 3 running tries for the Gladiators as we move into the second half, when we expect the same. And if the Tigers can come up with a score, that will be something they would be very happy of.
Well, with the weather changing down here in Sri Lanka, you see time is also changing for a match. Last week at Longdon plays a half was 7 minutes for these. Been reduced down to 5 with the intense weather, with the intense heat. Never easy playing here. And good stuff by Central Gladiators, kicking down deep and winning the holding on contest. And Ishanka going down for her hat trick. Under the ball she goes, quick tap taken, wonderful awareness by her, and that is 19 points down to her name with the conversion come. Can she make it 21 and a hat trick here? Well, she cannot. She'll be banging her head there, and here is the replay. Penalty given, quick tap taken, not waiting for anyone there. She knew what she wanted, going under the post, touches down for her hat trick. Like I said, in the first half, Ishanka, a flary player in the middle playing for the Gladiators. She knows when a gap opens, knows when to take a quick tap, knows when to handle the game. And she's been excellent with the kickoffs, knowing the Tigers players just too deep into the half. And the Gladiators retain the ball again from the kickoff, but a knock on says referee Aruna Shanta. So we thought it was all money there.
Especially the restarts are brilliant, just going the 10 meter. And, something which is lacking in the game in other teams is the restart. This time, unfortunately, a knock on preventing that try scoring opportunity.
Coach.
Now the Tigers just need to
Bye.
build on some momentum.
Set.
Has been under the pump throughout the game. Good pressure from the Gladiators as they turn over the ball now, as they make inroads towards 22-meter, and this time she goes over and scores under the post. Brilliant try from the Gladiators.
That's Sandapa going down to make it 31 points to nil. Well, the Central Gladiators coach will be praising Ishanka for her restarts. Good, due credit. Not kicking it high just, but going through small drop kick rubbers, just going the 10 meters is what you need. Restarts are a major talking point in the game of sevens rugby. In the men's segment, you see kick restarts going up really high. Here you can see them going low, but doing the necessary job, just crossing the 10 meters line. That's how you should play a tactical game here. This time, trying to be cheeky Ishanka, but not getting her way there. Free kick for the Tigers. Well, she had the right idea in mind, but the kick just did not have enough power there. Tigers with position. Maybe the first time in the second half, but going backwards is the ball.
Release. Wide release. Use it.
And ball intercepted there. And is that Ishanka? Yes, that Ishanka again. Going down for her fourth try. Intercepted this time. Under the post she goes for her fourth try. This is the second intercepted try we've seen in this day. First from the Western Warriors, now Central Gladiators. The first and second ranked teams copying each other, I would say. Conversion just hitting the crossbar, and 4 tries under Ishanka's name. What a player she is, what a talent. Wonderful time in there. Knew when to accelerate, when to intercept, to put her hand out for the ball. And a slow and steady jog to the try line.
Then okay.
Restart again.
Advantage.
One back by Gladiators again.
Look forward.
Wonderful stuff there. Going the 10 meters, pressurizing the defense, pressurizing the attack of the Tigers. Gladiators with the ball again with 25 seconds more left.
Coach. Bye.
Could be the last move of the game, and another opportunity for Gladiators to add some more points to this 36. So Saramaf runs through now to Ishanka. She'll look to go over for her 5th try. That's that will be it. She still tries to make inroads towards that under the post try. Unfortunately, that is not the case. So 41 points, 5 tries for her, and easily running over Tigers as Central Gladiators gives a clear sign for the Western Warriors that they are here to improve the performances from the first leg.
Well, if there is an award for the highest try scorers of the tournament, Ishanka will be up the charts here with scoring 5 tries and 41 points. Nil. Central Gladiators run away with this game.
So let's take a look at the highlights. It's, the player in that number 15 jumper doing great for her team, and most of the tries under the post. Oh, and lovely interception that time. Most of the tries coming through her name, as we have the key stats. The Central Gladiators 41 points to nil. 7 tries, 3 conversions. And, they'll be proud of that performance. One of the key contenders for the provincial segment. As we have our next game underway. So it's Northwestern Blacks against the Southern Sharks. The Blacks now. Lovely offload that time. Now looking to run it. Inside ball coming through. But the Sharks penalized for that. Now Blacks with plenty of space runs through the gap. She has the legs to go all the way for the first try of the game. The Blacks have the first say.
Yes, a brilliant start for the Blacks.
That's good. What's the team that's good?
Yes, let's take a look at that try. Just stepped through and found that space. It's lovely work by the Blacks. And the conversion is good as well. So 7 points to 0 straight away. Just a minute and a half done in the first half. The Sharks have their work cut out for them. Both players going for the ball and have lost it forward. Once again, the Blacks with an opportunity. Pass goes astray.
And it will be a scrum down in favor of the Blacks. Once again, opportunity to extend that lead.
The Blacks look like the more confident team, Janidu. And they've shown that straight away with the early points on the board.
Yes, the Blacks have been brilliant from the start of this game, especially when it comes to their attacking phases. They've been able to dominate the Sharks' defense. And once again now with the scrum down in favor of the Blacks. Yes, number 1 sending it out to the number 7 in the corner, and easy overlap, and once again will touch down under the post. 2 tries.
It's a good acceleration from her. Just running around the defense. The conversion is good as well. But that try from the Blacks puts them 14 points to 0. With about 2 minutes left. So let's take a look at that try. Good acceleration. No one was stopping her. Under the post she goes. And short restart from the Blacks. And the ball has been lost forward by the Sharks. It's 3 minutes left in the first half, and the Blacks in the lead.
Well, the Sharks, ever since the beginning of the game, they've been producing a bit of extra errors, which has not let them able to conquer against the Blacks. And here are the Blacks once again. Running through that short side is the number 4, and brilliant cover defense. And straight away, penalty conceded, a high tackle from the Sharks. And a quick tap taken by the Blacks.
The Blacks look like they know they're running rugby. And once again, it's that player in the number 7 jumper. Tries to show and go
for you.
all the way to the center, but she'll have to dot it down.
But a hat trick.
He is an exceptional player for the Blacks. It's the number 7 in the corner. Lots of gas in her legs. Plenty of power. All 3 tries for her team and for her name as with the conversion as it goes astray. And with that, that's the half time. The Blacks are leading 19 points to nil against the Sharks. There you go in your screen, the half-time confirmation. Northwestern Blacks 19 points to nil against Southern Sharks. Brilliant show by the Blacks as we have a look at the highlights.
Yes, good work by the Blacks. And it's a try score, a brace to her name. 2 tries coming off her. Lovely running. Just running around the defense. No one to stop her. And, good work by the Blacks. They go into Lemons with a 19-point lead. As the Sharks have their work cut out for them. So far we've seen the provincial games continuing, but next up we'll be back in to the club segment as we're in for the second half action of this game. The Sharks taking on the Blacks. Southern Sharks, they've not been able to get much possession of the ball. We've not been able to see what they are capable of with ball in hand.
Yes, absolutely. Ever since they got into the game, they've lost all those opportunities. They had most likely they did lose the ball when they had the opportunities as the Blacks restart the second half. And here are the Sharks now once again losing that ball. A big tackle and straight away knock forward, and now position with the Blacks. There's plenty of space available for them in that blind side, but the Blacks opting to attack from the same side. And here's the number 4. Lovely step to get back into possession. A good tackle this time by the Sharks. And here are the Blacks. This has to send it out. They have enough space.
Send it, Putha.
Yes, and just a couple of meters out now once again are the Blacks. And it looks like they'll go in for yet another try, extending their lead in the second half as well. First points coming away of the Blacks. It all started from the thumping tackle coming in off that restart. So it looks like the Blacks good in attack and defense as the conversion hasn't gone through. And 26 points to nil. Southern Sharks, they've been caught lacking, not knowing what to do. But take a look at this try. Just running through the defense. Not the biggest of players. Should have been marked down. But easiest of tries for her. And for yet another restart, the Blacks.
Here's a dominant performance by the Blacks. 26 points to nil against Southern Sharks, and around 3 minutes left in the clock as well. So definitely will eye on one or two more tries, the Blacks. And here's the Sharks once again losing that ball. This has been a big concern for the Sharks. When it comes to possession, they have not been that good. Just letting the other team have those opportunities. And here are the Blacks once again. Good defensive pressure from the Sharks. And the ball has been turned over.
So good work that time by the Sharks. Held the play up and ripped the ball out. And they opt to go to boot. And that lands in miles of space. But the Blacks now going into contact. Sharks trying to push at ruck. High tackle, says the referee. And the advantage coming the way of the Blacks once again. And it looks like marching orders will be given. So the Southern Sharks being pushed back about 20 meters from the initial mistake. As now they have space on the outside. Does she have the legs on her? A good defense. She could have stood up and gone. But it's that initial try scorer who goes in for her brace. As the Northwestern Blacks get yet another try.
Yes, the Northwestern Blacks are definitely one team that has potential that can take this championship home, I believe. As the conversion goes astray, 31 points to nil. As around 1 minute left in the clock. And here's a replay of that try once again. Very well spotted, saw that open space. And that's the second try for her. Under the post. As the Blacks are set to restart, and of course we'll be eyeing for yet another try. And brilliant anticipation rather from the Blacks. Very well communicated. And here's the halfback for the Blacks stepping out, stops, and brilliant run. That was brilliant run from the number 4 for the Blacks. What a try. What a way to end the game for the Blacks.
Absolutely. Making the defense second guess. Just standing up all the players. Take a look at that. Just stop, start stuff from her. Lovely work. Incredible run. Straight from the breakdown. Went all the way for the Blacks. And that will be the game. 38 points to nil. The Northwestern Blacks take that one.
Full-time confirmation.
Incredible display. This is the full-time confirmation. Northwestern Blacks 38 points to nil against the Southern Sharks. But next up,
coming
we
up
have
highlights.
Yes, let's take a look at the highlights first of the last match. Just a dominating performance, Janid, from the Blacks.
Yes, definitely, Virun. I believe that the Blacks do have the potential of taking that championship home. I did mention that in the game as well. 38 points to nil. They've got players with lots of pace, lots of talent, lots of skills. So going to be an interesting as they move forward in this tournament as we come back to the men's category. Police Sports Club taking on Navy Sports Club. Going to be an interesting battle. Navy did have a good game against the UUDS Tuskers. Even though they lost that match, they pretty much showed what they are capable of. That was a very close game, and that was the first game of the day. And Navy, they've come to this game playing one game, so they've been a bit of peak, and Police playing their first game of the day.
Absolutely. Navy giving the Tuskers a bit of a scare early on in the day. showing exactly what they're capable of. Now Police pinned in their own try zone and trying to run from their own 22 are the Cops. Now it's Prince Charmer. Yes, Police looking to run. Does he have the legs on him? Good fend off. Lovely work. Under the post he'll go.
Yes, under the post goes Ramita Himasha. Straight away opens the score. Draws first blood for the Cops. Police Sports Club 5 points. Pretty sure it'll be 7 points as the try was scored under the post. Brilliant run by Ramita Himasha. He's very capable for that. It's been playing in that position for a long time, and a lad with lots of experience as well. Played for Isipatana College and contributing his service towards the Cops. There you go. Lovely pass by Rukshan. Conceded two defenders towards him, and lovely fend off there by Ramita Himash, and that opens the first score for Police Sports Club.
Yes, we saw how important he was for the Cops last weekend as well. Just running around defenses all day long. Now that restart a little scrappy from both sides, and referee Alexander says that was held on. Now Navy trying to take it quickly and caught by the same offense. The Cops once again, they have possession. Prince Charmer switching directions. Long pass coming in, dangerous. Could have gone to the hands of the opponent. Trying to show and go. Now space opening up for the Cops. Once again, it's Ramita Himash trying to step his way through. The ball comes out of the ruck. And good work at ruck time by the Sailors. Plenty of space, good fend off to Prince Charmer. Just had to get that pass right. But it looks like it was a deliberate knock on. Yes, it was. And rightfully, the Sailors opt the scrum as the Cops are one man down. Marching orders being given by referee Alexander.
Well, losing a man in the 7th rugby is not a good thing. And now the Cops are down to 6 men. And Navy with a big opportunity here. And here's the free kick straight away in favor of Navy. Here's that number 25. Lovely offload. And not 10 meters, says the referee. And he will bring back the penalty for Navy. Yes, Navy now with the opportunity. Steps in once again, and seems like he'll go under the post, and yes, he does. That's the first try for Navy Sports Club under the post. 5 points to 7 with the conversion to come.
So it looks like it was Steven Sansoni who did go over. Navy with a response straight back at Police. It's all equal here. Just about 2.5 minutes left in the first half. But good work. Lovely fend off. Strong fend off by Sansoni. And the conversion is good through the boots of Tilnavir Singha.
22.
Navy now to restart.
Yes, what a start to the game. 7 points apiece. It's going to be an interesting battle here. The Cops taking on the Sailors. Very well collected by Prince Charmer and offloads it to his own man. This is good defense from Navy. And gets what they deserve for that incredible defense. It will be a scrum down in favor of Navy, and Navy once again with the opportunity to get the lead.
Yes, really good work by Navy. Definite deserved penalty that time. And Kongahawatta sends it out. Navy, numbers advantage for them. They've got to take use of it as much as they can. And it's then one Vikramarachi trying to step through. Will he go all the way? Finally brought down. It looks like police yet again have given it away. And Vikramarachi, the key player for the Sailors, he dots down with a minute left to half time. A conversion to come. Kongahawatta, he'll make no mistake. 14 points to 7. Converted try separating these two teams now. Then one Vikramarachi with spot of brilliance.
Yes, absolutely. A lovely step in by Vikramarachi, and once the penalty was conceded, he took that tap quickly and 2 steps and right under the post. And now Navy Sports Club 14 points to 7, and the Cops did concede a yellow card and has straight away costed them 2 tries. And once again, very well collected by the Cops, offloads it very well. And this time a penalty in favor of Police Sports Club, quickly taken. And here's Police now with the attack. Here's Rukshan switching directions, but loops and a small grabber from the Cops, and lovely work there to hold on to position as Ramita Himash has been brought down. And Police Sports Club gets yet another penalty. Here's Police with the opportunity now, and very unfortunate there. Knocked forward by Rukshan.
Very unfortunate that time for Police. Just hurrying things on. It has costed them. And that will be half time. Let's take a look at what happened there. Yes. Madhushanka. Costly mistake. Police would have gone into Lemons equal, but it looks like the Sailors get the final say. As we take a look at the halftime confirmation, Navy Sports Club 14 points to 7 against Police. So it was equal between these two teams early on, and then good performance by Navy and then one Vikramarachi. But this was the first try. Ramita Himash, good work by him. And then Sansoni, he got Navy's first try, and then this piece of brilliance by Vikramarachi, setting in that lead for Navy Sports Club.
Yes, both teams are playing at good levels, and it's interesting to see who will take this game home. At the moment, Navy Sports Club leading 14 points to 7, a 7-point deficit, and like I mentioned, it's important not to give away any yellow cards because Navy took the upper hand from that opportunity right after Rukshan was sent to the sin bin. Two tries straight away for Navy Sports Club, and of course Navy playing without Kujana Kulatunga, who had to face an injury in that first game against the Tuskers. But Navy has been able to still manage without one of their key players in the lineup, as everything's set for the second half. Police Sports Club will restart.
Yes, and it's good to see that Navy straight away looks like they'll have possession running early, the Cops, if I'm not mistaken. But we definitely see an increase of the quality of rugby from last weekend. Good sevens rugby being played so far. As we just say that, trying to go through the defense, high tackle that time. Now Navy trying to step through once again. Knock back. Kongahawatta sends it out. Stepping through one, stepping through two. Finally brought down. Now Navy. Vikramarachi. And loses the ball, but it's gone backwards. Navy not making a lot of meters forward. Kongahawatta once again. Good defense this time by the Cops. Ball pops out. Now Navy, they've been pushed back and the ball has been turned over. It's lovely work by the Cops, but cheaply given away. All that hard work in defense. The little grubber comes in, but Himash is there to clean up things. As you see, his boot comes off as well. Now the Cops pinned in their own 22. Puts in that exit kick, but penalty coming the way of the Cops before that. It's a scrappy bit of play, Janidu, from both teams, giving away possession both ways.
Well, yes, Navy did have the opportunity. They were attacking consistently and they were holding on to position, but that one pass which was intercepted by Police Sports Club, and then Police did have the opportunity to come back into their half, but once again it was intercepted by Navy. And yes, like you mentioned, scrappy play from both the teams. It's not easy in the conditions as well. It's really hot out there, and a couple of changes for our Police Sports Club. Prince Charmer comes back into the field again, and
this looks like Prince Charmer. He just takes step, opts to run it from the own 22. Looked for a moment that they were going for touch. But once again, not the best of passes. Police, they come away with it. Nevertheless, Prince Charmer, the switch play to Ramita Himash. Ball's offloaded. Rush defense coming in.
He's going down.
Now once again, Police opting to take it quickly. Trying to run around the defense. Fend off to Kongahawatta.
And Kongahawatta does exactly well to turn over the ball in favor of Navy Sports Club. Police did have the opportunity, did have a good attack. They were consistent. No breakdowns, all offloads for Police Sports Club, but yet they couldn't hold on to that possession. Very well done by Navy Sports Club.
Absolutely. It's been a different game from that first half. Saw some good tries running rugby both ways. Couple of mistakes coming in from both sides. Just getting a little too confident. As we have about 3 minutes left in the game. Navy looking to extend their lead. Kongahawatta sends it out to the danger man on the outside. Just one to beat. Sends it in, but gives it to his opponent. Akash. And once again, Sansoni has intercepted it. Good awareness. Police, what have you done? Steven Sansoni. He'll go all the way. Take as much time as he can. And he dots it down for his second try of the game.
Well, yes, brilliant game sense. He saw that pass coming and he came there right on time, Steven Sansoni, and he extends the lead for Navy Sports Club. And not to forget Chanaka Jailath, who made that impressive run in the corner with a lovely step, gained some decent meters for Navy Sports Club, and right now the Cops straight away under immense pressure. The game was at 50-50, but this interception by Sansoni did make the change, and now Navy have a comfortable lead with just 2 more minutes to come, and the Cops will have to do a lot within just 2 minutes to come back into the game.
Definitely, but that didn't look too good for Vikramarachi. Just landed in a very awkward position. You can take a look at that once again. Navy doesn't look too good for them, losing 2 of their key players in the first and second game. Yes, says Dhirwan Vikramarachi. He'll sit the rest of this half out. Let's take a look at what happened there. Oh, did not look good at all. His ankle is landing the wrong way. Almost caught in a split. Hopefully nothing too serious. Navy will hope so.
Well, yes, first Kulatunga, now Vikramarachi. Not good signs for Navy Sports Club, but I hope both these players will come back into the rest of the games, most probably, as the Cops gets a penalty in favor of them. They've got to put on a lots of work. The 2 tries behind Navy Sports Club. Just 1.5 minutes left. Yes, Prince Charmer gets into contact. Very well collected. Opts to go on that blind side. Lovely pass and puts it to boot, but very well read by Navy. So number 25, Asita Jayamal. But still, once again, a penalty in favor of Police. Yes, Charmer slowing things down, sending it out. Here are the Cops now. Damis sends it to Ramita Himash. Ramita Himash brings back the ball in, gets into contact. Lovely offload and definitely a neck tackle. I'm pretty sure that the referee might go into his pocket. No, surprising to see. But nevertheless, Police once again with the attack. Prince Charmer. And once again, here we go, Police with those cardinal errors. And with that, that's the final whistle of the game. What a performance by Navy Sports Club. 21 points to 7. They will take this game home.
Absolutely. Good performance by them. That's a full-time score confirmation. Navy Sports Club 21 points to 7 against Police Sports Club. But they'll have to be careful, losing 2 of their players due to injuries in the first and second game of the first day of the second leg. And this intercept try by Sansoni. He gets his second. That was the key moment from the second half as we take a look at the key stats. 3 tries coming in the way of Navy Sports Club with 3 conversions, just 1 try and 1 conversion for the Cops. As we have our next game, a battle of the forces. Air Force taking on Army. The Airmen taking on the Soldiers. Yet another exciting game. Ready? Army weren't able to prove themselves last weekend, but we know how good their line can be with the Kumbura as well in their ranks. And Air Force, good work to collect that in the start.
Referee wanting to have a chat with the linesman. Maybe it's that infringement during the kickoff where the player was lifted up. Was the tackle made when the player was in the air, or was it after he was landed? That's the question. And yes, straight away penalty awarded for Air Force Sports Club. And now Air Force with the attack, sending it to the corner. Yes, Isuru Lovely step, lovely footwork, but brings back to the ground.
Kalwarachi sends it out now. Air Force. Opportunity for them. And good work at ruck time by the soldiers. They come away with possession of that. Dikumbura to Gamage to Ratnayaka. Ratnayaka has been bundled to touch. Lovely work. Air Force did incredibly well. Let's take a look at that once again. Single-handedly, almost, sending Ratnayaka into touch.
Now line out. Simply done by Air Force. But penalty in favor of Navy. The 5 meters in that line out was the concern from the Army. And here's Army now with the attack. Loose ball, but bounces safely into the hands of Army. And now Army with the opportunity. Army needs support. Gets the support right on time. Army just doing the right things, working those corners. Lovely loop ball there. But a good tackle as well by Vishala Kalanka. Brilliant defense from Air Force, putting lots of pressure. Here's Dikumbura, very well known for Sevens rugby. And once again Dikumbura creating that space, but number 20 should have given it out, had that overlap in the corner of the ground.
Army trying to go to boot. Not working out for them, but penalty coming their way. Dikumbura, danger man. Will he go all the way? Yes, he will. Reaching out for the first try of the game. Soldiers get the first say. With 3 minutes gone in the first half. Dikumbura is always dangerous with the ball in hand. Look at those big step coming in initially and then reached out for it. Air Force defense that time caught lacking. Conversion a little short from Army. Air Force have their work cut out for them as the Dikumbura will restart.
Here's a brilliant start from Dikumbura for his team. Army in front early on in the game, 5 points to nil, and Air Force does really well to collect that ball. And here's Air Force. Their plan is to send those first 2 phases to the corners and get those gaps open in the third phase. And this time penalty conceded from Army. Here's Chanal to the halfback of Navy. A lovely step. Gets through that gap. Now Air Force running those corners. Lovely running channel by Air Force. It's on the goose step is Chanal. Gets into contact, out into ground. Air Force with the gain, moving forward. Good pressure there on the ruck by Army. That's the ball being turned over. No, it's all good for Yamen still. Slowing things down. Lovely step. And finds the overlap and seems like Chanel has touched down the touchline. Very unfortunate, but a good comeback from Air Force to attack to their trial. And as we have a look at that replay,
Yes, Army's cover defense coming into play. It's that man once again, Dick Kumura. He can play everywhere. As Air Force's attempt at try goes out of bounds. Dick Kumura with the throw in. And not the best of passes coming in from him. Prasanna Gamage to Ratnayaka, the speedster. He fends off one, tries to step another. Not the best of passes. Ratnayaka, he plays at scrum off, sends it out. The ball comes out of that ruck. Now Air Force with possession. Kaluarachi. Good work once again in defense by Army. Air Force, they'll need to get something off this as they opt to go to boot. Dick Kumura. Looks like referee has spotted something. This looks like there was a block tackle made. And the Air Force, they'll have the penalty. They look to go into half time with equal points or with the lead. Yes, just there. Looks like that tackle was flagged down by the AR. Now, Iddamagod, danger man for Air Force. Stepping through. Kalwarachi. Yes, Air Force. It looks like they'll have the final say in the first half. Under the post they go. Should be the easiest of conversions. So they'll go into halftime with the lead.
And yes, that's the whistle, the halftime whistle from the referee. Air Force Sports Club bouncing back into the game in that very last second. 7 points to 5, I believe. Air Force having the lead just by 2 points as we have a look at that replay once again. Lots of patience from Air Force. And now as the both teams head into Lemons, Air Force having the upper hand, 7 points to 5.
Air Force doing well to come back from that. Running through the defense that time. Soldiers with the initial breakthrough, but they'll be disappointed in themselves. They were defending well initially, but things have turned around as the Airmen go into halftime with the lead, and they look to seal the game in the second half as well, Janidu. Second half action coming through for this game. The Airmen taking on the Soldiers. All the live action on Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, ThePapare. Last weekend as well. And the second leg today at the racecourse. All the live action right here. Yes, as the Soldiers, they do well to collect that on the best of passes. Gamage sends it out to Ratnayaka. Once again, Air Force pouncing on that loose ball. Lovely work once again. A little celebration coming through as well.
Well, yes, not the best of starts from Army Sports Club. Straight away, loose ball, and Air Force putting pressure on Army. And Isuru will go for yet another try under the post. And Air Force extends their lead 14 points to 5, I believe. And restarts once again a high-hanging kick. A good kick to put pressure on Army, and straight away knocked forward by Army, and Air Force with the possession, but referee brings back the play for that initial infringement, as it will be a scrum down in favor of the Airmen.
He'll feed in for Air Force. So ball pops out of that scrum. Looking to stand up at the
Schools Rugby is back. The Dialog Schools Rugby Knockouts 2026 ignites the season. Defending dreams or shattering rivals? Who's claiming glory? Schools Rugby is back. The Dialog Schools Rugby Knockouts 2026 ignites the season. Defending dreams or shattering rivals? Who's claiming glory in 2026? Watch the action live on Dialog Television. Schools Rugby is back. The Dialog Schools Rugby Knockouts 2026 ignites the season. Defending dreams or shattering rivals? Who's claiming glory in 2026? Watch the action live on Dialog Television, Dialog Play, and ThePapare.com.
Yes, unfortunately we had a bit of technical difficulty. We apologize for that. And looks like the Soldiers have dotted down. And they are asking questions from the Airmen. The conversion to come as well. Currently just 4 points behind with 4 minutes left in the game. It's anyone's game now. Ratnayaka doesn't make it through. Yes, so it will be 14 points to 10 with 4 minutes remaining.
It's absolutely Army coming back strong in this game. So have a look at the replay of the try. Once again, open space. Does really well to go over that whitewash Army, and now just 4 points behind. Maybe a try would do the rest for Army, but it's just a matter of the execution from both these teams. Just 4 minutes remaining in the clock, and a lovely high ball from Army, but Kalna Chamudita does really well to held on to position in favor of Air Force, and now the Airmen with the ball, sending it hands to the corner. Steps in is the number 25, but good defense from Army. Army have to make sure that they do not concede any penalties or other gaps for Airmen to score. And yes, Shanal, the number 14, has support. And once again, good defense from Army. They have to maintain this discipline if they are to come back into this game. Long cut-out pass from Air Force. Lovely inside ball, but Army has been able to intercept it. Here's the opportunity for Army, but they have around 80 meters to do so. Well, was it knocked forward? Yes, it was very unfortunate. Air Force has a big opportunity here right under the post, just a few meters away from the try line.
Crucial error. Yes, just losing it forward. Army almost being able to get out of that danger position. But it looks like there was an advantage for Army. There's another. He'll feed it in. Yes, it is that initial forward pass that was intercepted. Gamage to Dikumbura. Dikumbura opting to go to boot. Does he have the legs on him? Yes, he does. He steps back in. Does have support. Air Force trying to push at the ruck. Unable to do so. His Army now making good meters. Dikumbura once again. This time straight into the defense. He goes. And Army once again. Penalties coming their way. Narada.
Well, this is a good rugby by Army, and of course Dikumbura reads the game very well, and that's the try for Army Sports Club, and they get into the lead by just 1 point. We're on 15 points to 14. Will that take Army home with a minute remaining in this game?
Will that be the game sealed for the soldiers? They'll take as much time as they can to go back and hit this conversion. Narada lines it up. That doesn't go through. Not the easiest of kicks. We have time for one more, but take a look at this. The Air Force defense. Hit the Malagoda. Just caught totally off guard. And Army, they've got to get this restart right. It all depends on how this goes. Air Force, interestingly, let it run out to touch.
Well, the time's up in our clock. Air Force with just 1 point ahead, and a silly error by Air Force, and that will be the final whistle. Well, pretty sure not the way that Air Force would have expected to end this game, but there you go. Once again, not the best of passes, and straight away knock forward, and as you can see, Army celebrating. They knew that was the final play, and what a game we've had here. Army Sports Club going against Air Force Sports Club, 15 points to 14, as Army will take this game home.
Army will be really happy with their performance. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. It looked like Air Force, for all money, would take this game home. But they were caught lacking. The final few moments, there it was. The match-winning try for the soldiers. Let's take a look at the key stats. 3 tries, 2 coming the way of Army, and Air Force having 2 conversions. So just the three tries for the soldiers that worked for them. As it looks like that will be the last game we have before lunch break. Yes, so we'll catch all the live action of the games after the lunch break on Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, ThePapare. We'll see you after a short commercial break.
Epic rivalries reignited. The big match season is here. Iconic showdowns from Colombo to Kandy, from Mathura to Jaffna. Battle of the Blues, Maroons, Saints, Brothers, and so much more. Witness history as the future stars clash for glory. Big Match Season 2026. Live on Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel. Schools Rugby is back. The Dialog Schools Rugby Knockouts 2026 ignites the season. Defending dreams or shattering rivals? Who's claiming glory in 2026? Watch the action live on Dialog Television, Dialog Play, and ThePapare.com. Schools Rugby Unleashed.
The biggest spectacle in franchise cricket, Indian Premier League, is back for another thrilling season. Sri Lanka's finest stars and the global icons are ready to set the grandest stage of them all ablaze. Every six that shakes the stadium, every Yorker that silences the crowd, every moment that stops your heart. Don't just watch it, feel it. Live on ThePapare.com.
This happened. Oh, what an effort. Good technique.
හයේ පහරවල් දියුණු කඩුලු දවා ගැනීම මේ කිසිම දෙයක් මගහැරගන්න එපා කොතැන සිටියත් ඕනෑම වෙලාවක සජීවීව IPL අත්දැකීම දැන් ඔබේ අතටම IPL උන්මාදයට Dialog Play සමග එක්වන්න අදම Dialog Play App එක ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් කර රුපියල් 268ක් රීලෝඩ් කරන්න Star Sports නාලිකා ඔස්සේ මුළු IPL තරගාවලියම සජීවීව නරඹන්න
ලොව අංක එකේ ක්‍රිකට් සැනකෙළිය නැවතත් තියුණු තරගකාරීත්වයේ උණුසුම දැන් ඔබේ නිවසටම IPL උන්මාදයට Dialog Television සමග එක්වන්න රුපියල් 397කට IPL පාස් එක සක්‍රිය කරගෙන මුළු IPL සීසන් එකම Star Sports නාලිකා ඔස්සේ නරඹන්න සක්‍රිය කිරීමට ඔබේ දුරකථනයෙන් on හිස්තැනක් DTV හිස්තැනක් ඔබේ ගෙනුම් අංකය හිස්තැනක් 2026 ලෙස ටයිප් කර 0770 679 679ට SMS කරන්න
Elevate your game with the Papare, Sri Lanka's ultimate sports destination. Together, we unite a nation through the love of sports. Tune in to the Papare, your home for all things sports. Live the action, feel the excitement. Elevate your game with the Papare, Sri Lanka's ultimate sports destination. Experience every heartbeat and every goal like never before. From cricket to football, rugby to athletics, we capture the spirit of every sport that ignites our passion. Relive legendary moments, exclusive interviews, and expert commentary, all in one place. Join us for live coverage of thrilling matches and events, bringing you closer to the action. Together, we unite a nation through the love of sports. Tune in to the Papare, your home for all things sports. Live the action, feel the excitement.
This is not just cricket. This is passion. This is pride. This is Pakistan's biggest T20 spectacle. Watch every boundary, every wicket, every unforgettable moment of the Pakistan Super League 2026. Live on the Papare 1 and the Papare